Welcome back, everyone, to Wyckoff Crypto Trading Lab market update on February 9th. All right, well, let's look at what's going on. And obviously, Bitcoin still is somewhat interesting in the way how it was trying to get out of the trading range above the resistance. Obviously, on the news by Elon Musk, we discussed this yesterday. The key was to see what kind of follow through we're going to have. Well, first of all, the breakout itself is quite good because there are two progressive closes that are moving up, and we're hitting 50,000 here, which is the new level for Bitcoin. Kind of exciting. But we're seeing that the second bar is somewhat less than the spread of the initial breakout bar. And we have the increase in the effort signature, in the volume signature. So that suggests some presence of supply, some pressure, some selling. But because Bitcoin and just crypto assets in general are just so strong, you have to play the long side until it, the reaction shows a meaningful correction. Something like this, because those type of change of behavior bars, they are the precursors to some trading range actions. And we still don't have this here. So again, I'm kind of like approaching this a little bit cautionary, just because you don't want to get out of the train. You don't want to close your position and just be done. And again, for the long-term campaigners, for the ones that have bought it at 12,000 and on the way up, there is no reason to get out here. There is just the reason to kind of see what's going to unfold. And then obviously we can talk about the structure of the potential trading range. There are two scenarios here. One scenario is that we are still in a potential phase B, and then we could kind of gently move back into the trading range and then go into a higher low, and from there start moving up again. So that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, let me take another color. Scenario number two, what if this is already a sign of strength? Then we would have to do some kind of backing up action into this area, consolidate a little bit, and then continue to the upside. For now, I'd say all other scenarios are somewhat low probability, and unless we develop a very, very sharp reaction, again, something similar to this, then I still would be long-term oriented trader investor specifically in Bitcoin. Okay, so some other questions that are popping up in the Discord, and let's just go to an hourly time frame and just look at this in a different way. I still like the breakout itself. Look how cleanly it just on the news breaks out above the resistance. So you first have to think about the local resistance. That's number one. There is this kind of like a condensed price action without any significant volume signature. So that's also very interesting and very good. If we're going to have some kind of reaction here, I would say that this bar, the big bar, the breakout bar, is our target zone of where the reaction might happen and where the price could go. So maybe like to 44, and then we will have to assess what's happening here at 44,000, which would be right on the crisp of the resistance. If we could hold on, then this will become a sign of strength and the backup action is going to unfold. If we cannot hold on here and we kind of go down, go up into the lower high, and then we go back into the trading range, then I would be expecting a true phase C to show up as a higher low, and then we go from there. All right, let's go to other assets. Well, everywhere, wherever you look at on my screen here with those, 8 assets that we have here, everything is bullish, uptrend, and now we're seeing how in this area there is some emergence of participation. So I would expect that small caps are going to continue this outperformance. So whatever your selection is, I would definitely concentrate my attention on small caps. Ethereum and Chainlink, and specifically Chainlink, so many attempts to get out. So attempt number one, and now we are trying to attempt another breakout. So we'll have to see. The strategies here could be very simplistic, just a continuation play on the breakout. With the Ethereum, which is looking so good. The key is this area right now. This is where a slight volume signature, not necessarily increased, but there with the flat formation. So we're still bullish. We're still thinking continuation here. So we're playing it with the stop losses. And then hopefully there is some kind of push out of this area. If we, in both cases with Chainlink and with Ethereum, have a little bit of a more reaction that would show a change of behavior, I would still be expecting that we would be playing out like this area right here. And as a potential scenario in Bitcoin that we've discussed, price comes back and then forms a true phase C and then goes higher. But this is a lower probability scenario right now, so we'll have to see what's going to unfold here. Aave had a little bit of the climactic run, but is holding. And as we discussed yesterday, the test as the lower high is going to be important. If we're going to have an attempt to go down, then this would be a smaller distribution range, which could bring us back to about 285. But for now, everything's bullish. So do not, there's no need to overthink this too much. An uptrend is an uptrend. So just have your stop losses, conservative, aggressive stop losses. And then if the price continues to the upside, move your stop loss. And that's it. And if there is some kind of reversal here, well, then assess the situation then. All right, let's look at Polkadot. So Polkadot had a breakout, had another breakout. We commented that there is not a lot of big momentum like we've seen here or we've seen here. So there is some deterioration of the momentum. So we should be just watching this and just seeing what the price is going to do next. Again, we're just either looking for a change of behavior where conditions are starting to deteriorate on the momentum, on the lower volume signature compared to the previous instances, or we're just patiently waiting continuation of this trade. ADA, kind of the same thing, but obviously a really good breakout, a really good momentum. And what I love about it is just the volume signature supports this type of momentum. It supports this type of breakout. We have 3 days that are somewhat smaller in spread. There is a little bit more volume signature on those days that we would prefer. So a potential stop in action here as a short-term trading range, maybe a small reaction within the body of this bar right here, or just attempt to go down and then continuation to the upside. Again, all of this when you are in the trend, when you are in the trade and it's trending, you have to play tactically. You have to recognize the conditions that might be the conditions of deterioration where demand is slowing down, momentum is slowing down. So expectation is that the change might come. Only when change comes, then we act. But before that, we're just observers and we just continuing with our trades that should be at this point profitable. That's it for today.